Good morning, children. We are going to learn today food storage and conservation of the environment. In that, we have to learn about protection of crops, how the crops are protected. So, various diseases and pest attack can damage the crops in the field. So, like mice, some rodents, some insects, they attack on the crops and crops may get affected due to its. Then, so to avoid this, we use various insecticides and pesticides are sprayed on the crops, or certain chemicals are rubbed on the seeds before sowing. Okay, various insects are present inside the soil. So if the insect destroy the crops, we will not get a good quality of plant of that crop. Okay, so insect protection of crop is very much important point in field of agriculture. So the crops are protected by using some chemicals we use, some pesticides we use, and some insecticides used to protect the crop from insects. Then next stage is the storage of grain. So grains should be stored properly. Storing the grains, storing the harvested crops safely is as important as the grain is dried well in the sun and filled in a sack. So for storage, we should dry the grains first. If moisture is present in that grains, so it may spoil. ओके उसको फंगस लग सकता है और वो खराब हो सकते हैं. तो सबसे पहले the grain should be dry in a sun and then filled in a sacks. Okay, the sacks are then stocked in a house or after selling in warehouses or the shops. जो भी sacks है जो grain से full of है, so that sack should be kept in a proper place where there is a dry area, like in house, in shed. Okay, then store grains can get damaged in two ways. To store grains also, many insects are can attack on the store grains also, so they should be stored at proper place. Mice, rats, and insect can spoil the grains to the great extent. So also if the grain is stored in a closed and damp space, it catches fungus and becomes unfit for eating. Okay, that destroy the grains. So you should keep your grains or store the grains in closed and dry container. Okay, avoid the closed and damp space. So to prevent such a damage by pest, अगर जो damage हो गए हमारे grain, so it is useless. हम लोग उसको use नहीं कर सकेंगे. So that destroy, that gives harm to our body also, and that destroy. So to prevent such a damage by pest, certain chemicals are sprayed at the place of storage or all around it. So it should be take that precaution. The neem leaves, the neem leaves are mixed in the grains. So dried neem leaves are helpful that prevent them from rotting and insect attack. So some protective chemicals also available in market that can be mixed with the grain, and their smell repels insect. Okay, जो उनका smell होता है, strong smell होता है chemicals का, that repels the insect. So storage places are always kept dry and airy to prevent fungus formation. Okay, अगर damp places रही तो that helpful for the fungus production, that is a suitable environment for fungal production, but the grains should be kept in a dry place and airy place so that prevent from fungus formation. Also you use the dried neem leaves. उसके ऊपर आपको dry neem leaves रखना चाहिए. आपने देखा होगा usually in a summer season we buy wheat, So what we do? We first dry it into the sun and then we use a neem leaves to store the wheat. Okay. Then the food storage and conservation of environment. So food storage is very much important. It conserve our environment also. Like humans, other living things also store food. We store food. Okay. Then other living things also store food. Each of them has a different way of doing it. Many animals store food, also many plants store food, extra food that's stored in the plants in the form of seeds, in the form of stem, in leaves, in roots. Okay. So insect also, insect like ants store food, ants store food in the ant hills. Bees also collect nectar from flower and store it in a honeycomb. That honey bees store a nectar from flower. जितना मिल सकता है उतना वो collect करते and that convert it into honey and that honey store into the honeycomb in the form of honey. Then squirrels also store the seeds and nuts in the hole of the trees because these animals store food. It is available to them when they need it. When there is a not suitable condition, agar nahi milti hai, when they utilize that food whenever it is needed. Okay, so many animals like honeybees, like squirrels that store the food also. All the time plants are busy producing the food they need. Even so, there are some plants that store the food. As I told you earlier, plants also store food in their seeds, in their roots, in their stems. So you are familiar with bulbs of plants such as onion is a bulb, the extra food that stores in onion bulb, and garlic and other tubers such as potatoes, ginger, etc. They are all parts of the stem of the plant. Radishes, sweet potatoes, beetroots are the roots of their plants. So these plants store food in their stems or roots, okay, that we eat in the food. So we too store food in our homes according to our need. Whenever the quality of food or quantity is available in the market, so we store food like wheat, rice, हम लोग दाल, जो भी हम लोग साल भर का अपने घर में जो भी ग्रेन्स है हम लोग उसको अच्छे से स्टोर करके रख सकते हैं. whenever it is required then we use that grains and it is easily available. Okay, और सस्ता भी रहता है जब प्रोडक्शन ज्यादा होता है, जब हर एक ग्रेन्स का हर एक सीजन होता है ना, in that season that its quality and its quantity will be, quality is in good quality we available in the market in very less amount. Okay, so that grain we store and whenever it is necessary we can use that grain. Okay, so this is about. Then in India, due to the improved method of cultivation, we know produce plenty of food grains. The production exceeds the demand. The surplus food grains is stored in huge warehouses. Okay, you know when the production is greater amount, we have to store the food grains for our future use. Sometimes what happens that production is affected by disaster such as floods, droughts, a cyclone or hailstorm. At such time, the stored surplus grains can be used for the people. So it can also be used for people displaced due to disaster like an earthquake. You know, nowadays, so we are facing a big problem of COVID pandemic. So lots of people homeless, lots of people, उनकी नौकरियां चली गई है, उनको खाने के लिए राशन नहीं मिल रहा. So at that time, what the government उनको available करके देते. That stored food grains we utilize for the needy people who affect the disaster. Okay. Now, So what is mean by next topic is the green revolution. What is mean by the green revolution? Today our country so is a self-reliant as far as production of food grain is concerned because of this green revolution. Harita Kranti. The green revolution was a period when agriculture in India was converted into an industrial system due to the adoption of modern methods of technology. We know now we are using a modern farming, modern method of technology, and such as the use of high yielding, then variety of seeds, use of high yielding variety of seeds we are going to use now. Then tractors we are used, so modern methods, modern machines we use for farming. Then irrigation facilities are more in quantity available, that sprinkler irrigation, drip irrigation, these are the most advantage. Then we use various pesticides to kill the pest, and fertilizers are also available in market to add nutrients into the soil. So because of this, so our India is a self-reliant country as far as production of the food grains concerned. Okay, lots of amount of farming that done in India. We are also able to export the surplus grains. Okay, we are exporting other countries our grains. The tremendous increase in food grain production in our country was achieved during the green revolution because of these modern technologies we are going to use for the farming. It was brought about by the joint efforts of scientists, people working for the spread of science, and farmers. The credit for research that led to improvement in the seeds of wheat and rice that resulted in the green revolution in India goes to the Dr. Miss M.S. Swaminathan. So M.S. Swaminathan is a scientist that resulted a great green evolution in India. So Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. So his work, so Dr. Swaminathan, that a part of larger initiative by the Green Revolution in India was founded by M.S. Swaminathan. The aim was to increase agricultural productivity in the developing world with use of technology in agricultural research. Okay, so this is a very much important, that is the Green Revolution. The Green Revolution was a period when agriculture in India was converted into industrial system due to the adoption of modern methods of technology in farming. So various varieties of wheat, rice are developed due to the Green Revolution. So here, then the food security. Food security is very much important. Food is a basic need. So many countries have made laws to ensure that every person gets sufficient amount of food. It is our right. Every person has a right of education, food, then shelter, clothing, that is also essential. So food is also one of the basic essential needs. So it is very much important every person gets sufficient food according to their need. These laws are known as food security law. In 2013, our country too enacted the food security law. It has made it possible to fight ills like malnutrition, starvation, and death due to the hunger. Okay, children. So this is very much important. Then next video, we will continue with another new topic. Okay, so bye everyone.